Samantha, dear, we really need to talk.
Oh, Jean, look, is this really important? Because I'm kind of busy at the moment.
Busy doing what? Filing your nails?
Huh?
As your mother-in-law, you need to listen to me when I talk to you. Whenever I have something to say, it's always important, okay?
What?
Ugh, you're so hopeless. In fact, that's what I need to talk to you about. You simply aren't doing what you should be doing in order to be the perfect housewife for my son. He deserves only the best. And frankly, you're just not giving him that.
Well, with all due respect, I'm not a housewife. I actually have a very important job that takes up a lot of my time and focus. Your son knew this when we first met, and it hasn't changed since then.
Well, that's just wrong then, isn't it? The man should be the one to earn the money. Once you married Zane, you should have resigned from your job so that you could take care of the house and any children that come along. That's your only job in life now, okay? Of course, I'll help you get adjusted to your new role. I know all of Zane's favorite things, so it only makes sense that I help out around the house and make sure that you're looking after my precious little boy properly.
Look, Jean, I don't want to be rude right now, but there is no way that this is ever happening. I'm not going to quit my job just to be a stay-at-home wife who does the cooking and cleaning. I've worked hard to build my business from the ground up. I'm not about to throw that all away simply because of your outdated and, in all honesty, sexist beliefs. In case you hadn't noticed, women aren't just baby-making maids anymore.
How dare you? I'll have you know that my son has told me everything about you and your so-called business. But the truth is that the company wouldn't have grown so much and started earning so much if it weren't for my Zane. Before you met him, you were floundering in debt, and the business was about to go under. It was my son's smarts and hard work that saved it from bankruptcy. So, actually, you're not needed at that place anymore. If anything, you're a liability that should leave to make the company better.
Okay, what are you on about? Where on earth have you come up with this notion that my company was failing and that I couldn't handle it? Are you seriously telling me that Zane said all of that to you?
Are you suggesting that my son is lying? He would never do that to me.
Yes, he would because he has. My company and I were doing great long before I met Zane, and he hasn't done anything to grow the business. If anything, he's been more of a hindrance than a help. He's constantly getting in the way and interrupting important meetings. Half the time, I have to send him on a ridiculous errand just to keep him out of the way. The only reason I haven't fired him is because he's my husband.
That's not true. My Zane is the smart one, and you're the one who gets in the way. He's even got an appointment with a Mr. Dolph to talk about setting up a new company, expanding on the one you've already made.
He's what now?
Yeah, he was telling me all about he and Mr. Dolph were going to make their own company off of the back of your one and take it international. They'll make millions. So you definitely won't be needed anymore. The only reason I allowed Zane to marry you and put up with such a horrible daughter-in-law for so long was because I knew that my son could do something amazing if he was just given the chance. And he's finally been given that chance.
So, let me get this straight. You're telling me that your son, my husband, is going to try and steal my idea and claim it as his own, taking it international and then shoving me out as the competition?
Ha! You're getting scared now, aren't you? It's a good thing for me, though, because I'll be getting rid of you soon enough.
Oh, how so?
He's going to divorce you, duh! Then he'll find a nice, obedient wife who will stay home and look after the house and children like she should.
I think I need to have a chat with Zane to see what's really going on here.
Go ahead, but you won't be happy with what you discover.
Hey, Zane, are you free to talk?
Hey, sweetie. Of course I am for you. What's up?
Your mom just messaged me claiming a whole bunch of crazy things, and I just wanted to see if any of it was true.
What was she saying?
She was saying that I'm a horrible wife because I didn't quit my job when we got married to stay home to cook and clean and stuff. She said that my business was basically failing until you came along, and that you were the one who saved it and got it earning loads of money, which is obviously not true. Any of this rings a bell?
I'm sorry, Samantha. My mom can just be completely over the top sometimes. Basically, she can act a little crazy.
You're telling me. So none of those things are true then. You never said any of that, and she just made it all up in her head?
Well, maybe not entirely.
What do you mean?
I just wanted to make her proud of me. So, I might have said that I was the one who basically got your company up and going, and that maybe you should sign the company over to me as your husband, and you should stay at home more to look after any children we have.
You actually said all that?
Yeah. But you've seen her. When her mind is set on something, there's no stopping her until she gets what she wants. She was bugging me so much about making a name for myself that I simply told her I saved your company to stop her from bugging me so much.
How about instead of claiming that something is yours when it's very clearly not, you actually grow a spine and stand up for yourself? You're in your 30s, for God's sake.
That's easy for you to say. She's not your mom.
No, but she is my mother-in-law, which means I've got to deal with her as well. You know, that wasn't all she said to me. Want to know what else your mom told me?
What did she tell you?
Your mom told me that you and a Mr. Dolph were secretly taking all of my important data, company information, and trying to poach as many of my workers and clients as possible so that you could make your own company, which would be identical to mine, and take it international, with the plan to bully me out of the business once you've established your company.
She told you all of that? I told her that in confidence. There's no way that she should have said any of that to you.
So, it's true then? You actually are doing all of that? My own husband is trying to snake my company, which I built from the ground up through difficult times and with people telling me that I couldn't do it because I am a woman? Oh, and your mom didn't even say half of that. She just told me that you were having meetings with Mr. Dolph about starting your own company.
Wait, you mean you tricked me into admitting all of that?
Yep. I honestly don't know why your mom thinks you're so smart. It's really not true. Oh, and by the way, you're not the only one who wants a divorce.
My mom really doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut.
If you had more of a spine, you'd tell her that to her face. But hey, it's worked out for me. I've got to learn that not only is my husband a horrible, scheming, conniving, backstabbing, even little toad, but I was able to save my company from being stolen out from under me. I'll definitely be putting safety measures in place now so that that doesn't happen. Be sure to thank your mom for me. She's helped me out a lot.
You really think I'm just gonna sign those divorce papers and let you get away without paying me a single penny? Think again. Half of whatever you own is also mine. That's the great thing about getting married. The couple has to share whatever they have if they ever get divorced. Obviously, I don't really have a lot, so I'm definitely the one getting the most out of this deal. Oh well, sucks for you.
You know, usually that is the way things would have to go. You're right.
I know, it's gonna be a massive payday for me. I might not have been able to start up my own company, but having half of yours will be fine too. I'll even be able to get a wife that my mom will be happy with.
However, that's not how things are going to go for you.
Huh?
You do remember that before we got married, I had you sign a prenup, don't you?
What?
Figures you wouldn't remember. Yeah, I had you sign that in the event of a divorce. You had no claim over my company or any of my assets or money. You're going to get absolutely nothing from me.
Wait, you can't do that. This was my backup plan. If I can't have half of everything, then what am I gonna do?
I don't know, and I don't care. Oh, and if you hadn't already guessed, you're fired.
Hang on a moment. Look, I think things have just gotten a little out of hand here. I think we all just need to calm down, sit back, and have a proper chat about everything. We don't want to make any hasty decisions now, do we? I mean, as husband and wife, we really should try and talk our differences out first, don't you think?
No, I think I'm good, thanks. This has been enough talking for me. I found out everything I need to, and I finally see you for who you actually are, and I can't say I'm impressed at all. My attorney will send through the divorce papers. Once those are signed, you and your mom can get out of my life forever.
Samantha, please wait.
No, you've treated me horrible, and I deserve so much more. I'm not going to listen to you again. Have fun breaking all this news to your mom. I'm sure she'll be so impressed with you. That was sarcasm, by the way. Goodbye, Zane. After that conversation, I contacted my lawyers and had them send through the divorce papers, along with the prenup document that Zane had signed when we first got married. Because of that document, I didn't have to pay him anything in the divorce. I also decided to take him and his friend Mr. Dolph to court over their scheme to steal my company. They were both found guilty of copyright theft and were forced to pay a hefty fine. Zane's mom definitely wasn't impressed by the situation that she and her son had landed themselves in. But she wasn't my problem anymore, so I don't really care. Sometimes you've got to cut the toxic people out of your life for good in order for it to be more fulfilling.
Hey sis.
Oh, hey Jade, what's up?
Well, I didn't want to say anything with yours and Finn's wedding coming up. There's something you should know, but I would hate to ruin your big day.
That's clearly not true, as you brought whatever this is up.
Ugh, you're always so bossy and snappy. Here I am trying to help you, and all you can be bothered with is yelling at me. Maybe I shouldn't tell you what I know. You don't deserve it after being so horrible to me. Although, that would be no fun.
Jade, just tell me already.
Fine. Me and Finn totally slept together.
What? When did this happen?
Couple of weeks ago. At his stag do. LOL.
How did this happen?
Well, I was out with a couple of friends that night at the bar, just having a bit of fun. I noticed Finn with his friends and decided to be a good sister-in-law and say hello. I didn't want him to think I was being rude. And, well, from there on, he was all over me all night long.
There's no way he would do that. He loves me.
You keep telling yourself that. Honestly, I don't know why you're so surprised. It's so obvious that he wants to be with me and not you. Every time he comes over to visit, he's always looking at me and smiling. Us hooking up was bound to happen sooner or later.
How can you be so cruel?
Cruel? I'm not being cruel. You are. Why are you trying to marry a man that I clearly like? I'm the one who deserves to be with Finn, not you. That's why I messaged. You really just need to back off now and let me and Finn get married instead. We are a way better match than you are.
Why on earth would you think that?
He's handsome and I'm gorgeous, way more than you are, and you know it. He's also successful and I deserve to be spoiled and treated like a princess. Something that he could happily do for me. So you need to get lost. Like, now.
I'm not doing anything until I know what has happened.
If you want to know so badly, just look at the photo I just emailed you. Pretty solid proof there.
What the? Why have you got a picture of you kissing my fiancé?
I already told you, he wants me, not you. And this picture clearly proves it.
All it proves is that you're a horrible sister who's tried to steal my fiancé.
Whatever. Look, go throw your tantrum somewhere else, okay? Just make sure it's well away from me and Finn.
This isn't the end of this conversation. Finn, we need to talk.
Hey, sweetie, what's wrong?
I'm going to ask you something, and I need you to be completely honest with me, okay?
What is it? Well, what's happened?
Did you cheat on me with my sister?
What? No, of course not. Why would you think that?
Because Jade sent me a picture showing you and her kissing on the night of your stag do. So, there better be a good explanation for this, because it looks an awful lot like you are cheating on me.
Look, I didn't want to say anything, but...
So you admit it? You actually cheated on me with my sister?
No, let me explain. That night with the guys, we hit a few bars before we ended up in that one. I was a bit tipsy, but not drunk. You know how my stomach can't handle drunk well. Anyway, your sister was there and I could see that she was almost blackout drunk. So were most of her friends.
That sounds like Jade.
I didn't anything bad to happen to her. I mean, she's your sister, so I went over and asked if she would like me to call a cab for her. Next thing I know, she's forcing herself on me and kissing me. I pushed her off as quickly as I could. I had no clue that one of her friends had taken a photo of it.
Wow, she is so drunk. But why didn't you tell me about what had happened?
Rob was making a video for his girlfriend and he even caught it on camera. I can send it to you. I knew your relationship with your sister was quite rocky already, and I didn't want to cause even more of a rift between you two. I figured she was so drunk that She hadn't realized who I was and kissed me by accident.
Oh, it was no accident. She's been going on at me, saying that you two slept together and that you want to marry her instead of me now.
That isn't true at all. I love you and nobody else on earth could ever come close.
I love you too. Thank you for being honest with me. Now I've just got to deal with Jade. Jade, you there?
Finally come to your senses, huh? You're going to leave me and Finn to our happily ever after?
No, you're the one who's going to leave me and Finn alone. He explained everything. How you forced yourself on him and were so drunk you could barely stand.
Of course he'd say that. He's trying to save face.
So then why does this video show him telling the truth?
What video?
I've just emailed it to you. One of Finn's friends was recording the evening. He caught everything on video.
So, that doesn't prove anything. Finn clearly just knew that we were being filmed and he was trying to be sneaky about us. You still need to back off. We have an actual connection, unlike you.
Whatever, Jade. If you don't drop this, I'm going to be forced to do something that you really won't like.
Ah, look at you trying to be all tough. Well, I know someone who's going to take my side.
And who's that?
Mom. You know she'll do anything to make me happy.
It doesn't really matter, as it isn't up to her who Finn or I marry.
Just you wait. One way or another, I'm going to be with Finn, even if I have to ruin your wedding.
Autumn, answer your phone right now.
Mom, what's wrong?
How dare you steal Jade's boyfriend from her?
What?
Don't try and act all innocent with me. Jade told me all about how her and Finn really hit it off and had a special connection, then you came and ruined it. You are not to marry Finn, you understand?
That's not something that you get to decide. Besides, Jade lied to you. She never had anything with Finn and she made the whole story up.
How convenient. Look, you need to stop being so selfish and do what I tell you to do.
And why should I do that?
Because Jade deserves to be happy. She's sweet and innocent, and it's truly horrible of you to try and steal away the man who makes her happy. You know she doesn't get out much between all of her charity work and extra schooling, so for you to steal the first boyfriend she had is disgusting.
Wait. What are you on about charity work and schooling? Jade hasn't worked for a charity a day in her life. As for her schooling, she bribed people at her school to do her work for her, so I doubt she's taking extra lessons.
That's not true. Stop lying about your sister.
I don't know where you got this image of her being so sweet and innocent, but I'm telling you now it's a lie.
I'm not listening to you anymore. Just know that I'm warning you. If you don't stop your wedding and give Finn back to your sister, then I'll have to take matters into my own hands.
And what does that mean?
I will show everyone the photo of Finn and Jade together and explain how you stole him away from her.
That's ridiculous.
Well, you know what to do if you don't want that to happen.
Yes, you know what? I do.
So, Autumn, I see that you haven't called off the wedding. Do you seriously think that I won't go through with my threat?
Oh, I don't doubt that you will. Jade has always been your favorite and you'd do anything for her.
You can't be surprised that she is, given your behavior. So why haven't you given her Finn back yet?
Well, you see, there's just one thing I thought you ought to see before you make any final decisions. I've just sent you a video. I think you'll find it quite interesting.
What on earth is this? What's Jade doing? Who's that man she's with?
That was Jade's 19th birthday. She went out clubbing with her friends, sneaking into bars whilst underage and drinking a lot. The man she's with? Well, he was a complete stranger.
But she's...
Yeah, she doesn't care who it is, as long as she has fun.
Why would you show me this?
To prove to you that she isn't the sweet and innocent girl that you believe she is. She's manipulative, rude, and incredibly cruel. She even stole your credit card to pay for that night.
But I lost that card at the grocery store.
No, she stole it and used it to party. The only reason she wants me and Finn to split up is because she's jealous of me. She doesn't want me getting married and having a happy life. But if you or Jade try to ruin my marriage, I'll post this video all over the internet. And trust me, that's not even the worst one I have of her.
Fine. I won't interfere with you or Finn, and I'll make sure that Jade behaves as well.
Thank you. But I hope you know that neither you nor Jade are invited to the wedding. Not after the way you've treated me.
Fine. Have it your way.
What did you do?
I simply showed her your true colors. She obviously doesn't approve of stealing people's credit cards and partying with strangers.
You told her about that?
And showed her the video.
You witch. You've ruined my life.
No, I've just showed Mom the truth. You've ruined your own life. And if you don't want me to post these videos all over the internet, then you'll leave me and Finn alone.
Ugh, fine.
By the way, from this moment on, we're no longer sisters. I don't need such a toxic person in my life.
You can't just cut me off.
Yes, I can. Goodbye, Jade. I hope you have a nice life. After this conversation, I blocked Jade on every platform and Finn did the same. We got married the next day in a beautiful ceremony which was attended by our friends and family who loved us and supported us. My mother and sister weren't there. Finn and I went on to live a wonderful life and are currently expecting our second baby. Mom ended up kicking Jade out of the house, tired of her freeloading and selfish attitude. Whilst Mom and I don't have the best relationship, it's nice to see her starting to do things for herself instead of believing everything Jade tells her. As for Jade, she tried to get in contact with me and Finn, but we both ignored her. Seeing that she wasn't getting anywhere with us, she left town and moved to the city where, last I heard, she had gotten a part-time job at a restaurant she hates.